What's going on, YouTube? Earth Power here with CBH.
How's it going, guys?
And we've got the final match, the deciding match of Bracket B. Tell them what we got, CBH.
We have Mono Nature Midrange, which just won its losers bracket game against Kalima Control, versus one of my favorite decks, Lightwater Dark Tempo, which it beat Kalima, but then lost pretty handily to Dragons, as we saw. Which is Dragons is through, and now we're going to see which of these two decks will join them.
For sure. So, how do you think this match is going to go overall? You were leaning towards the heavy hitters at first.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who generally wants to see Lightwater Dark Tempo win, it was a scary matchup for sure. Because, basically had to test this a lot when it was, me, Joe, and Vu trying to figure out how to make Esper Tempo work in the Champs 4 meta. Because, obviously Mono Nature and Light Nature were everywhere. And we were like, wow, we have Slayers to deal with the big things, but sort of as it happens for Kalima, you only have so many, and eventually this deck, as opposed to Kalima, has to be proactive with, Sasha or Finbar. So it has to go right, we thought.
Yeah, and it's notable to mention that, you mentioned that you were testing with Joe with this deck. Joe lost in his top 4 match in Standard. He was playing Lightwater Dark Tempo versus, what was his name?
Jessing. Yeah.
Brian Jessing, yeah. I don't know why I want to say
the whole event, yeah.
Jesper S-Gene, but that's a...
that's an artist.
That's an artist, but yeah. He played against Brian Jessing, who wound up beating him and then going on to win the tournament. So.
Yeah. And yeah, Brian actually beat you too when you were running Junk Midrange. So. Mono Nature, definitely a very powerful deck in roughly all metas, as we're seeing. It's 1-1 here. It's definitely putting up a fight. So yeah, I'm sure Joe had beaten a few of these decks on his way to the top 8, but such a streamlined deck that just doesn't care about anything except for playing the biggest thing it possibly can every turn it can. That's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
So I honestly did not know. I don't remember how it went in the first time we ran through the bracket, but it's probably better that I forgot so we don't spoil it if it happens again. I really don't know if we actually had to play this matchup.
I don't think this matchup got played in the first bracket.
Yeah, so this is tough.
Hey, look, your guy's not as big. And will never go off.
Cyberscamp is just entirely dead. There are no spells in the whole deck, and it's also just smaller than everything you play.
Yep.
It's actually, I think, is it just smaller than literally everything? Because you're not even running the Sun Clan Tortoises, which are the other 1,000 power. It's literally, it just doesn't do anything except for break a shield.
Yep. That's its whole purpose right there, and you just threw it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get your shields that you're giving me when you break them. I don't want to attack it, obviously, because I think one of my plans is hope you don't have Broodmother. that's one way to win, is if you just never draw Broodmother.
Yeah, the Targus is a good card, though. That sort of, hinders things a bit.
Yeah. That's one of the cards that you just need to draw. You need to draw a Slayer or you can't win, basically. Because that card's getting played right now.
Yeah. I feel bad, too, because I put the 1-drop Prickleback into the Mana Zone before I topped the Great Claw this turn. I remember that, because I put Prickleback down, thinking unless I draw Great Claw, this card's not going to be great. And I drew the Prickleback and could have done Prickleback and Great Claw in the same turn, but I don't know. Hindsight.
Hindsight's a bitch. Great Claw makes other cards great.
It really does.
It really shows how bad the 1,000 power is in this match. I have the ability to tap a guy with Targusher, but it doesn't do anything for me because I only have Scamp to capitalize, and Scamp's not going to compete with that Savage Spawn. Oh, that's a good card to get in Shields. That's a very important card to get right there.
Yep, because it allows you to clear up.
Yeah. That was a very important Arbiter.
I remember my match with Brian in top 8 when I was running Lightwater Dark Midrange against this, and the match.
Light Nature Dark.
What?
It was Light Nature Dark.
Yeah, well, I thought I said Light Dark Nature. I don't know what I said. But, I just remember it, it came down to, he always had, the 2-3-4. It was always just a consistent thing, because that's just what this deck really does. And without that Targusher right there, what you just got, without Targusher and a timely Shield Blast, there's no way I would have taken Game 2 like I did. And then, it came down to me having a blast the very last game. It was I was swinging for game the next turn if he couldn't swing for game that turn, and he was able to top deck the Evo. So
And
like,
Light Water Dark, I would say, is even a little bit worse equipped than the deck you were playing, Junk Midrange, because Junk actually has like comparable threats. Like it has Boulder Fist, like that'll break a stalemate, and it also has Slayers too. Like this deck just kind of has Sasha. So,
that was the
that's
thing. You know, well, I don't know what I was about to say, but like there was never really a stalemate. Like Mono Nature never really stalemates. It just sort of keeps summoning Evos as long as it can. Like it just sort of loses. Like after this turn, if you can deal with that Anjak effectively, like I don't think I've got anything in mana that's too threatening. But like if you can get rid of that Anjak, I'm just sort of top decking now, and that's exactly where you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: as far as tempo deck, I have to like think about the tempo plays. Like, if I can spend some mana, or even like all my mana on a Finbar, or like anything that bounces, and I just have to think of, all right, you can replay this amount of things this turn, and does that kill me? And if the answer is no, then I just bounce your dude and start breaking, and pray you don't get like another minion and shields like a Sumo Artichoke
or a Crickant. That was one thing I remember you not thinking
that's
about.
That's what I was thinking about right here. Like, if you got Crickant, then like you could just re-evolve your Anjak on any 2 or 1 mana minion and just kill me, more than likely.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's so back and forth. Like, it's a very tough deck to play against because it's literally just throwing fists.
Yeah, but I mean, if you mess up and just don't go in one, like if I hadn't gone in that turn, if I had just bounced and passed for whatever reason, I just would have lost. Like he's gonna replay it, and then I have like still 5 shields to go through. Like you have to know when you can put your opponent on that clock, because this whole game is about like setting yourself up to win in 2 moves. Like basically, you have like a turn where you make a risky play, and you set yourself to win in 2 turns, and if it doesn't work out, you lose. That's pretty much every single game.
Yep. Hey, look, Jarbala's Hatchery did something.
Yeah.
And now I have to decide whether I want to kill a thing or not.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Hexproof guy out, so you need like...
Well, Hexproof doesn't...
it doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah, Hexproof doesn't do anything. Sumo Artichoke I need to have, so...
Oh, we did mess up with Sumo Artichoke in the Dragon matchup, too. Even though it didn't matter, because Dragon's obviously won, which is why Mono Nature's here, but like, someone had an Infernus out, and the other player just played a Sumo Artichoke from Shields.
Can't that
and
happen,
no one
though?
caught it.
Aren't you allowed to play Shield Blast creatures?
Someone in chat said no. I actually don't remember. Let me look it up.
I'm pretty sure you're allowed to.
Let me look up what Infernus says. I think you're actually right on this one, but I need to check. Talk about the match. Your opponent can't summon creatures that have power 4,000 or less. Alright, yeah, with the way Kaijudo works, yeah, Infernus only says summon. So you can definitely put him into the battle zone from shields. Whoever said that was just dead-ass wrong.
Bobby Break!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, was he dead-ass wrong, though? Now I'm, like, questioning, because he knew his rules.
I mean, he was the Kaijudo kid.
That feels wrong. On the other, like, if you bottle into something small, you could play with Infernus out.
Yeah.
Like, we know that. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
So Shield Blasts have to be the same.
Yeah.
Because they both say put into the battle zone.
Yep.
Wait, do they say put into the battle zone? Hold on.
I'm pretty sure. Do you have Kaijudo cards in front of you?
I have Google Images in front of me.
Oh.
Oh, fuck, no. Sorry, it says you may summon it for free. Wow, that wording just messed it up. Alright, Bobby was right. I'm dead-ass wrong.
Wow.
I'll be the first to admit that. I am dead-ass wrong.
Well, shit.
And you were dead-ass wrong, and Gorby was dead-ass wrong, and Spencer was just kinda drunk by that point.
He had a bit to drink. Just a wee bit.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it didn't affect the match. What the fuck is a Guacamole Gunner?
What?
Oh my god.
Is
this
that
card would have come out in Eye of the Storm. 8 for 2 Shield Blast. When it enters the battle zone, you may banish it. If you do, put target untapped enemy creature from the battle zone into your opponent's mana zone.
Guacamole.
It's literally an avocado, but like the pit of the avocado, like the seed, is like peeking out with this evil stare and a gun.
Form
this is weird,
the avocado. Oh man.
This would have been my favorite card, bar none, if this is ever released. I'm gonna actually send you the link.
What an odd song. Maybe I'll just put that at the end of this video now, the fucking Guacamole song.
Oh yeah, and she has other songs too. I was listening to a few.
Does she?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, here comes the second time I miss Savage Spawn's mana effect. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
Look at it. Look, I get it. Oh, no, I won this one. Hooray!
You're just pre-complaining and just...
I have to read it to make sure I did it right. Oh yeah, we're right. Alright. Goody. Yeah, we had to figure out whether the card that I sent to the bottom is the one that needs to go into the mana zone or not. Because I have no idea how that works. I don't play the game.
Remember when... I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I didn't know what I wanted to say. I looked up Sumo Artichoke and these obscure nature cards just popped up. Why did Commissarsaurus? It's not even remotely nature. This is a yellow card. Why did this pop up when I looked up Sumo Artichoke? Why did this thing pop up? Fire Main Dragon? That's nothing like what I looked for.
CVH, you mesmerized me, and now I might still win. Because Mesmerize isn't a creature that can kill something.
Yep, it's not. It's worse Slayer. It gets rid of a threat faster than a Slayer does, but it also
just
means you lose to the other threats.
Hey, Strider.
A Pichu popped up. There's a Pichu.
Strider's pretty good.
It's a magic card.
I wonder if I go for it here. Do you think this is correct to go for it here?
I haven't really been paying attention, so I think that... that looks pretty good. You just have potential to kill me, right? And what's the worst thing that I could do?
No, I just summoned that turnip.
Oh, I don't think so then. So, you just have me next turn. What can I do at 5?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I can get rid of all 3 shield, or all 2
just
shields...
Just go for it, Carl. You can do it.
I am.
It's probably what I said, too. He probably asked, and I was like, just go for it. I'm tired of doing this. I'm losing this one. We're going to a clutch game 3, it looks like. I'm pretty sure. Or I'm just wrong.
No, because I can only break both shields. You're trying to decide whether or not to block Savage Spawn or not.
I feel like I definitely have to block the first thing that attacks. Right? Because then if I don't, I just lose a shield and you don't attack anymore, and I don't kill anything.
Yeah.
It only pays off for me here if I... What did you just summon, actually?
The second turnip.
Alright, so I could have not blocked and prayed to get an Arbiter right there, and that would have paid off, but that's the only way that it's correct to not block, is if I know the next shield's going to be Arbiter, which I can't know, because that would be cheating.
Yeah, you got a Bone Blades, though. Killed a Muktak.
That's not bad.
So now, if you attack with Strider to get rid of the turnip, you have to summon another blocker here in order to not lose. Because guess what you can't interact with?
Anything.
Actually anything.
But most importantly, the untapped turnip. But that looks like I could potentially stall for a turn.
Yeah, you summon another blocker. So hooray.
I know your deck doesn't have any removal at all. As we, talked about, I guess. It just doesn't have any removal at all.
Yeah. Hey, things are working out. I have to top deck an Evo.
Yeah.
To do anything.
This is a very tense situation for me as a tempo player, though, because, I have to keep removing something every turn.
Yeah, you do.
But, 2 blockers is definitely good for me. That requires you to have another thing on board and also then play an evolution as a third creature. So, I just have to wait for a million years.
Oh, I summoned an Anjak. Hooray.
Yeah, that'll also just give me a clock that I didn't want.
Yep, so you block with the one that can attack.
As we fixed.
What sucks about that is you lose your light creature. I'm pretty sure that was important. I'm pretty sure you were just hoping I wouldn't summon an Evo that turn. Because if you had Sasha there, that could just be game.
Yeah.
Well, no, it wouldn't, because you don't have any shields, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Sasha doesn't protect you when you don't have any shields. It's not that broken.
So, looks like you need... There they are. The blockers.
Yeah, we got there. And there's really not that many of them. There's 5 in the deck. I think there's 2 Glooms and 3 Striders. But I drew enough of them.
The cool thing is I have Jarbala's Hatchery. So, I can just summon Anjak next turn. So I'm pretty sure you're thinking about whether or not you can get away with some free shields here. And here they come. Oh, man. It's coming down to it. Coming down to it.
Yep, this is the turn that I was talking about, where you have to put your opponent on a 2-turn clock and pray they don't have the nuts answer. And you can kill a thing. Because, no matter what you attack, a Gloom's gonna die.
Yep.
Because I know if I don't win this turn, I'm, definitely just gonna die, because I have 1 blocker or whatever the fuck is happening.
So, I gotta have Sumo. Gotta have it here.
Sumo Artichoke. But now, I bounced it again, right?
Yeah, you did.
Alright, so that's good for me.
It is.
Yeah. I actually don't think Sumo Artichoke saves you unless you get in like the last shield. Or it doesn't allow you to win, rather. Like I can just attack over.
Oh, I
to
got
the
a crick
there.
ant. There it is. Needed that earlier.
Alright, here it goes.
That's it. Wow. Esper takes nature. 2-0.
2-0, yeah. Yeah, that was surprising. That could have easily gone to a game 3.
It could have. Wow. Well, there you have it, guys. Esper moving on to the playoffs to solidify the top 4, which are, I guess...
Lightwater Dark Nature Pile Control versus the Dragons.
Yeah.
And the 2 tempo decks, Megabugs and Lightwater Dark, are going to play on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, for sure. And then one of those decks will eventually win the whole thing.
Yeah, and 3 of them won't.
You're right. So, stay tuned. CVH and I just recorded an 800th video update, so that's pretty cool. Basically giving shout-outs to all you guys who have been watching us for some reason over the past couple of years. And we'll be doing a little giveaway, so stay on the lookout for that video. Definitely head over to the Facebook page, where we'll be updating you guys with the top 4, as well as all of the giveaway details from the video. And check out CVH, because he's doing Hearthstone things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty much it. Any final thoughts on brackets A and B now that they're all finished up, CVH?
Well, I actually have a few thoughts, and I'm glad you brought this up, Carl. So, it's unfortunate that some decks that seem to be like the cooler inclusions didn't quite make it, right? Like Kalima was definitely on the top of everyone's list. Like, this deck is interesting.
Yeah, now we
we
can talk about that a little bit too. Like, well, I guess I don't know. Maybe we can upload another video where we just talk about our thoughts on the brackets.
That's probably better. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. So, stay tuned for that. That'll be up right after this. Our final thoughts on brackets A and B, how they finished up, and then our thoughts on how the top 4 is going to go. And, yeah, that'll be up right after this. We'll see you guys next time. Peach.